AITA stories. AITA for telling my fiance that my little brother is more important than him and our upcoming wedding. I'm 30F, and I'm currently 2 months pregnant with my first child and engaged to my fiance of 3 years James, 31. For a little background, when I was 15, my parents had my baby brother, and 5 years after, while I was 20, and Matt was 5, my parents and Matt were driving home when they got into an accident resulting in my parents' death. After the accident, I was completely destroyed and devastated, but I had to pull myself together to be there for my brother, and the following month I buried my parents, and with the help of my aunt and uncle I applied for guardianship of my brother. It took about 7 months before I was approved. I had to get a stable job/income, which I did, proper housing for me and my brother, which I did by using money from my inheritance to buy a house and other little things, but in the end I got my guardianship of my brother. It was hard at first working while looking after my brother. It's easy now, but there are still its ups and downs, but I would do it all over again for my brother. I met my fiancé when I was 27, at a gathering, and we just clicked after 3 months of dating. He proposed to me. At first I said no because I still have my brother to take care of, but after thinking I said yes, and we agreed to wait until we were financially stable. In the beginning of this year, we wanted to tie the knot since I was pregnant because I didn't want my baby to be born out of wedlock, and we started the preparations, and the wedding is happening in October, but from what happened last week Saturday night, it looks like there isn't going to be a wedding. There were many issues where we fought and resolved. For example, the wedding date. The date my fiancé wanted for the wedding was on my brother's birthday. I had a problem with that. I wanted to throw my brother a big party because he is turning 14. So I offered the week after, in which we argued, and he even ran to his mother to try to convince but I stood my ground, stating my brother's birthday is important to me and him. There was a little more fighting, but we end up coming to a resolved. Then there were the roles I wanted my brother to play in my wedding. At first I offered my brother to be his best man, but he said he wanted his best friend. I said okay. Then I said ring boy. He would hold the rings on the little pillow and bring it up to us, but James said he wanted his nephew. I said okay, and left it. Saturday morning I was watching this TikTok video where the bride asked her male best friend to her man of honor, and I thought it was sweet, so I decided to bring it to him. When he came home, I was in the kitchen while my brother was at sleepover at his friend's house that Saturday night. As he entered a sat, I said I have the perfect role for Matt. Him, what does that mean? I thought he could be my man of honor, and then both wedding parties then coming out as couples. They can come out as singles. Him, what me, man of honor, or I will call it my brother of honor. It would be lovely. Him, but I thought you wanted my sister to be your maid of honor, so that can't work. Me, I never agreed to this. And what about my brother? I want him to play some role in my wedding. Him, I was thinking he could be a guest and sit in the rows. I was completely shocked, like I wanted my brother to be in my wedding and not some side guest. I didn't know what to say. He wanted to put my brother on the sidelines. His whole family was playing some part of the wedding, and most of my bridesmaids were his cousins. Only 2 were close friends, but this he couldn't grant me. I stopped what I was doing and told him no, it was my wedding too, and I wanted my brother to be my man of honor, and he started that his sister was better, and my brother would be guest, and he didn't want children in the wedding parties. I completely lost and started arguing with him from one thing to the next. Since Saturday, he hasn't come home, only sending his brother to pick up some of his stuff, and his mother and sister have been blowing up my phone, but I'm a selfish woman, and so what if my brother is a guest? So the last time they called was Wednesday night, and I went batshit crazy on both of them using language I'm not proud of, but I end the call with, yes, my brother is more important than him and this wedding if it's happening, and I will never put him in front of Matt. So I'm kin, sorry, and to let James contact me to talk things out. Update, hello everyone, I'm very sorry I didn't get to update it due to me being busy with work and cancelling every wedding preparation I made and preparing Matt for sports camp. I would like everyone to know that I will not be marrying James, and we broke up. Well, on Friday, the week after posting my original post, I got a message from James asking to meet and talk, which I only agreed to if I could pick the day that we can meet, in which he agreed to. After picking a day, which was Sunday, where I knew that Matt wouldn't be home all day, and I notified James, and he came around the midday period with his mother, I was shocked when I opened the door letting them in, as they sat in my living room not saying a word for a few seconds, which made the moment more awkward. Then James stated that he was sorry for leaving and staying away because he needed to think. Then his mother started condemning me, saying that I wasn't acting like a future wife and I should put my future husband's thoughts into consideration, and a lot of other comments. "My name, I'm disappointed in you, you're getting married, and you need to stop acting like this to your future husband," she said to me. I scoffed, hearing that, then turned to James asking what was his problem with my brother, and it has more to do with me showing attention to my brother than him. He sat there not saying a word for a while and then stated he wanted a life with me and the unborn child but not with Matt. I felt utter disgust for him at that moment, as he continued to say that after the wedding and having the baby he thought he would convince me that raising a baby and a teenager would be hard on both of us, and it would be best for me to send Matt to live with my uncle and aunt, but he would allow me to still support Matt financially. I was completely shocked, and before he uttered anything else I told him sorry but no, isn't happening, and my brother isn't going anywhere. I stood up and took off the ring, handing it back to him, and told him it was over, after saying that both him and his mother got up arguing that I didn't have to do that, and I will regret this, and he started to cry, asking me to think about what I'm saying. I just walked over to the door, opened it, and gestured for them to leave. A few minutes passed, then they headed through the door with James crying and pleading while his mother was calling me some nasty names. And later on into the evening, his sister and mother rang down my phone cussing me out, but I only told them to let James come for his remaining stuff. Update: hello everyone, first and foremost, Happy New Year. It has been a while since my last update, but I'm back to provide some updates. I want everyone to know that I gave birth to a beautiful baby boy who I named after my father, and things have been going well between me and the baby, and Matt excited having the baby around. My uncle and aunt were present during my labor and delivery, and the day after my son was born, James and his parents visited the hospital, but I only allowed James to see our son, and according to my aunt, James's mother attempted to make a scene but was quickly silenced by my uncle, who threatened her with police action. My aunt and uncle moved in after my discharge and will stay with me until June. That isn't the only update I want to provide. Last Friday, James came over to see the baby after he asked to talk, and he asked if there was ever a chance for us to get back together, to which I immediately said no, telling him that the day I returned the ring was the last time we had a romantic relationship, and that all I'm looking for and hoping for from him is a co-parenting relationship. It took 10 minutes before he reacted, but he agreed and departed, so I'm currently looking for and scheduling meetings with lawyers to attempt to set a suitable co-parenting schedule for us, which I hope he agrees to, but aside from that, I'm looking forward to raising and providing for my baby and Matt so they may have the greatest life possible. If you like these stories, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.